All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. Last week we explored OpenAI
Mm.
and we got a ton of questions about
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
It's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky to have our expert back with us to help
Yeah.
us unpack all
Look,
this stuff.
always happy to.
So I think, most people when they first hear about ChatGPT, they think, oh, it's a chatbot.
Right.
It's just a chatbot.
It's just a fun little thing.
Yeah, but clearly it's way more than that, right?
Oh, way more. I mean, it's gone from like this niche little lab project
Yeah.
to something that companies are using all over the world, like
Yeah.
huge companies for
Yeah.
marketing and customer service. And I mean, even like writing code, it's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so before we get to all that, I think it'd be helpful to understand, like, how this thing actually works.
Sure.
One of the articles you sent me described it as like a bookworm in a giant futuristic library, which I thought was pretty
I do that
funny stuff.
analogy. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good way to think about it. I mean, essentially, ChatGPT learns by reading a ton of text.
Yeah.
And when I say a ton, I mean like an impossible amount for a human to ever read. I
Yeah.
mean, we're talking like books, articles, websites, code, like anything you can imagine that's been written down.
Yeah.
It's probably in ChatGPT's training data set. And through that process, which is called pre-training,
Okay.
it learns all these nuances of language and grammar and even like different writing styles.
So it's absorbing all this information, but how does it know what's good writing
Right.
and what's like a jumbled up mess?
That is where the fine-tuning comes in. So it's not just this like free-for-all in this giant library.
Yeah.
There's actually like really smart librarians involved. So think of these like super smart librarians as human reviewers
Right.
who are constantly organizing and refining all this information and kind of like teaching ChatGPT what makes for a good response. You know what I mean? Like they're saying like, okay, this is clear, this is accurate, this is appropriate.
Okay. So we've got this chatbot. It's got this like huge vocabulary. It knows grammar.
Yeah.
How does it get from there to like writing a poem or having a conversation?
Right, right.
It actually makes sense.
So that's where it gets really interesting. That's where the reinforcement learning comes in.
Okay.
Or RLHF.
RLHF.
Yeah.
Sounds like a robot workout routine.
Yeah, kind of. So imagine, like, ChatGPT is on a talent show, right?
Go.
And it's trying out all these different answers and responses.
Yeah.
And there's human judges who are ranking these responses based on how good they are.
Huh.
And over time, the system kind of learns, okay, these answers are scoring higher.
Okay.
These are the types of answers that I should be giving. And it gets rewarded for doing that.
So it's constantly being like coached
Exactly, yeah. Like coached to perform better.
to perform better.
And it's happening on a massive scale. So to give you an idea of the scale, imagine that. Like every word and every rule of grammar is like a little tiny dial that ChatGPT can adjust. We're talking billions of these little dials, right?
Yeah.
And they're all constantly being tweaked and adjusted based on feedback by these really powerful computers.
So you mentioned earlier that companies are using this in the real world. What does that actually look like?
Oh, yeah, it's being used everywhere. I mean, we're seeing big companies using it to generate marketing copy.
Okay.
Or to automate customer service chats, or even to analyze like huge amounts of data to find trends.
So not just saving time, but like potentially making businesses smarter.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just the big companies either. I mean, you've got all these startups popping up that are built entirely around ChatGPT's capabilities. Like there are some that are making AI coding assistants
Wow.
that help programmers write better code or write code faster. And there's specialized chatbots for like healthcare or finance.
Wow. So we've gone from a bookworm in a library to like
Sure.
changing entire industries.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how quickly things have progressed.
So where do you see this going in the future?
Well, OpenAI is working on this thing called multimodal capabilities.
Multimodal. Okay.
So right now, ChatGPT mostly works with text. But imagine a future where it can understand and generate images and audio, even video. So like instead of just describing a sunset, it could generate a picture of a sunset.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe even like set it to music or something. Who knows?
That's amazing. Okay, so just to recap for everyone listening, we talked about how ChatGPT learns from this like massive amount of data.
Yeah.
How it's constantly being refined through this like really fascinating feedback loop with humans. And we talked about how it's already being used in the real world to like do really amazing things. So I think it's this really powerful combination of like really cutting edge technology and human ingenuity. But as we wrap up, I have a question for everyone listening. If AI can already do this much, where do you think it's going to go next? And what does that mean for the future of creativity or problem solving, or even just the way that we define intelligence? I don't know. It's a lot to think about. But we would love to hear your thoughts. So tweet us or leave a comment or send us an email, whatever. But in the meantime, keep those brains buzzing. And we'll catch you on the next deep dive. See ya.